Hello everybody. I haven't made any Scientology videos for a while, and I thought I'd do so today. I'm going to share some information out of a Scientology book called Scientology, A History of Man by L Ron Hubbard. Now, the copyright on this book, I believe, was 1961. It's 1961, and it's dedicated to Mary Sue Hubbard. Okay, now, this book is basically, it says here on page 5, this is a cold-blooded and factual account of your last 60 trillion years. The test of any knowledge is its usefulness. Does it make one happier or more able? By it and with it, can he better achieve his goals? That sounds reasonable. Now it says, this is useful knowledge. With it, the blind see again, the lame walk, the ill recover, the insane become sane, and the sane become saner. By its use, 1,000 abilities man has sought to recover become his once more. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Scientology says that we're all kind of messed up because we have these inground, painful incidents in our past, and some of them go back to when you were being carried in the womb by your mother. For example, here's one called colitis chain, father, colitis chain, lover, constipation chain. That's right, if your mother was constipated while you were in the womb, you were traumatized by that, and you need to get Scientology counseling. There's one here, believe it or not, called the douche chain. I'm not kidding. Sickness chain, work chain, exercise chain, mother's activity in sports or calisthenics, morning sickness chain, contraceptive chain, fight chain, high blood pressure chain, doctor examination chain. All these things traumatized you. Attempted abortion. Well, that one would make sense. Cough chain, mother coughing. Maybe I better not mention this next one. Never mind, I'll skip that. Okay, that's on page 19, in case you think I'm making this up. Now, there are some other incidents that there's different names for them, that things that happened to us in our past lives, even before we had bodies in some cases. We existed in a spiritual form that could still be manipulated, and one of them was called the Helper. It says the Helper is one of the most powerful incidents in terms of charge on the early track. Scientology says that we all have this time track that we can recall. And anyway, this next one is called the Clam. This is page 28, by the way. It says the Clam is a deadly incident, but mostly when re-stimulated on purpose. Scientology says that some of these incidents can trouble us again because they can be brought back into re-stimulation. If they're buried and they come back up, they're considered to be in re-stimulation. Here's one called the Weeper. There's the being eaten. At one point we were being eaten because we're in another form. It says, in that so many fish and animals were equipped with so many teeth, it is inevitable that somebody somewhere on the track would have been eaten. So you need Scientology counseling for that too. There's one here called the Sloth. The Caveman. I'm going to jump ahead here. There's some other interesting names. Now these are kind of interesting. Page 57 of A History of Man. There's an incident called the Jack-in-the-Box. It says, you will find a pre-clear with this in re-stimulation to be very curious about cereal boxes which have pictures of boxes of cereals which have pictures of boxes of cereal. There may be several such incidents, including being near such explosions. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing, so I skipped over there, but I don't need to. It's all weird no matter where you start. Well, I'll start from the beginning. Okay, the Jack-in-the-Box. Here we have an invader trick, a method of trapping Thetans. We're Thetans, supposedly, like spiritual beings, but we're called Thetans. It is a facsimile scrambler. It is very early, not the earliest, on the earliest invader trick. Anyway, you need Scientology counseling for that too. And then there's other ones. There's one here called borrowing. That's weird. Nipping. The Haver. There's one here. Oh, one here called the ice cubes. I want to share that one with you. It says that the ice cubes. The ice cube is quite authentic. This is page 65. Between lives at death, the theta being leaves the body and goes to the between lives area. Here he reports is given a strong forgetter implant. and is then shot down to a body just before it is born. Now, my favorite one is on page 64, and it's called The Ice Cube. Here is an intriguing incident, which if your pre-clear demands should be audited. This is evidently a method of transportation of beings to a new era. The being is packed in ice. It is taken to a new area and is usually dumped in the ocean. Your pre-clear, if he has this one in restimulation, has very cold hands and feet chronically. You know, I've often wondered about that when my hands are cold. I was told it was a thyroid, but I'm glad that Scientology has figured out all this advanced medicine. This is good. You know, this is really, I'm glad I found this book. It's got the answers to life's problems, and it explains where I've been for the last 60 trillion years. Really good stuff. So if you get a chance, buy this book and share it with your Scientology friends. They may not have seen it, you know. They might not realize all the good things they have to look forward to when they get in Scientology. Copyright 1961. Well, actually, I think there's several editions of it, but this is particular one's 1961. All right, hey, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm glad I could share some Scientology knowledge with you.